Okay, let's get rid of this document. Let's close that one down. Save changes, no. Let's go back to a new document, and that should open up an untitled document in an A4 page. Okay, so we can change the name of the document if we want to by going save as soon as we start to draw something on it. Let's just go over a couple of other quick things that would be handy for drawing. So across the top here we've got rulers which show around the outside. When I'm drawing, I will use them quite a lot to help me make sure I get things that are symmetrical, or if I just need some help, some guides. Okay, so just by clicking on the ruler and bringing it down, or on the left, clicking on the ruler and bringing it across, it just gives me at this point some guidelines, and you can click on those and move them backwards and forwards if you want to wherever you need them on the page. If you want to get rid of them, as long as that's highlighted red, you can press the DEL key and delete it. At the top here again, you've got show grid. I quite like the grid tool, it's sometimes handy. And if the grid tool is there, then you can also snap to the grid, which is handy as well. So if I click on this particular menu drop down at the top there called snap to, I can say document grid. So let's just say that I've got on the left here, I'm using my Bezier tool. What I can do is let me just zoom in so I've got just give you a bit of an idea of what we've got going on here. Let's just go, you can see, actually if I show it like that, it might show you better. Yeah, so the document grid there, you can see it actually wants to snap to documents, like to any of these grid points on the document, which is cool. If I do have an object drawn on screen, then what I can also do is I can say I want to snap to object as well. So that's good. If I've got, let's go back to the Bezier tool to the left hand side here, click somewhere, and then it can pick up on the edge, the corner, like the node, and it will snap to that as well. When I zoom in, you see it's got that, and turn that document grid off. It's actually gone straight to that point there. Now let's just say I was in the middle of drawing an object and I was happy with the shape. What if I wanted to close that shape and finish the shape so that it's a solid area? I come back to the node point there and I click on it, and you see this little arrow next to it. It's got like a little bent sort of arrow there. So it changes from a drawing node tool like that to an arrow that will close it, or I could just double click and that will stop. That will finish the actual drawing point if I wanted to leave it open. If I went back in and I actually wanted to reclose that, what I could do is I can select the shape tool. I can drag a point from there to close it. It's one way of doing it. Or I could actually say close curve with the right mouse button, and that will close it off. I could just undo that again, Control Z, and come back. As long as that object is actually highlighted, I can say close curve. Okay. Also, as well, if you want to add in different dockers on the right hand side here, or different toolbars on the top, they're all situated under Windows. So you've got Windows Workspace. That is for preset workspaces like X6 inspired. If you used to use an Adobe Illustrator, then they have a Illustrator page, which the tools and the layout looks very similar to Illustrator. It's just whatever you're used to, but you can select any of these and have a look. The tools are all the same, they're just laid out differently. Different color palettes you can add in, so if you wanted your Pantone colors, clicking on one of those is going to bring that over to the right hand side there, and you can see that these Pantones are signified by these little dots in the corner, which are the color reference codes. Going back up to the window there, dockers. If you are missing some dockers from the right hand side panel over here, you can add them back in by selecting them off the dockers. Toolbars, if you want to add more tools in at the top here, or if you lose something, just come in and tick them. Okay, let's finish off that particular document. I'm going to highlight all of these objects by dragging a box around it, and I'm going to press the DEL key. That's going to delete any of the items that I'd selected on screen at the time. Okay,